Hi and welcome back. You're here with Maria at Head Heart World, and today I'm going to show you how to make roses from wire organza ribbon. So for those of you who are new to my channel, you won't know that every year we colour theme our Christmas, and often that means just by default that I have to make some of the decorations that we use because you can't always buy things in the colours that we choose each year. So this year my husband chose blue and gold after his favourite Australian rugby league team, the Parramatta Eels. I wanted to do something a bit unique for our wreath on our front door, which I still haven't hung yet. And at a recent WI meeting where we had a guest speaker who was a professional gift wrapper, and she taught us how to make roses from organza wired ribbon. So here's two that I made earlier in our colour theme for the year. Whoops, let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. A cobalt blue rose. These will form the basis of our Christmas wreath. I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do the wreath yet. I'm not sure if they're looking very rose-like just there or not. There we go. It's quite a simple design. Because roses aren't uniformed, that each one is unique and different. Each one of your ribbon ones can be as well. There's no pressure to make everything the same. The great thing about these roses is they're multifunctional. This could very easily be put on the top of a present. Obviously, perhaps not these colours, but they could go into a bouquet. They could be used in ties on churches for a wedding. They could be used at christenings. You could be making hair ties with them. You could even make brooches if you so desired. There's lots of ways you can put a rose ribbon to use. So anyway, on with the show. I'll show you how to make them.
So the first thing to do is to get your ribbon. Now, some people give you particular inches to cut. I don't know that I've found that that's been particularly helpful. I think I've just done it by eye, what I thought would work. Use your old scissors to cut the organza because the wire in it will blunten your scissors, and then start to pull the wire from the same side but at opposite ends. So if you've got the bottom wire, pull the bottom wire on both ends until it starts to bunch up. Just keep pulling it out, threading the ribbon along as you go, pushing and pushing and pulling till it looks nothing like a rose. Making sure that as you go you're keeping your ribbon straight so that when it comes to folding it inwards later on, you are pretty well right to go. When you've made it as bunched up as you would like it and have straightened it out a little bit, you can start to twist the ribbon together at the ends, which gives you a point in which you can hold the ribbon moving forward. It also holds it and fixes it in place a little bit. What you do now is start to turn one end of the ribbon in like you are making the center of a rose, and really this is just about getting it to what you think the center of a rose should look like. And so you're slowly turning it in and holding the bottom as you go. As you can see, I am tweaking it as I'm turning it as well. This is because it's not just a matter of wrapping it round randomly, but of, as you go, manipulating the wire in your hand to make it look like petals. I would just like to say, just for clarity, that as you can see in the background, I've made a dozen of these now. But even before I got to the point where I was making them, it took me a while to get this technique down. So don't be surprised if you have to persevere. Don't expect, unless you know you're really good at these things, to just pick up a ribbon and get it first time, because I did have to sit and practice and play with this so that I could get it looking rose-like. I just add that in because if you're anything like me and a lot of other adults, we often expect that we're going to get things first go, and we've kind of lost the art of playing and practicing things a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's something that doing these kinds of crafts has revealed about my own personality. So bunching it together, it is starting to take on the shape of a rose. So what we're going to do now is, when I've got it, pretty well right, I'm going to take the ribbon and wrap it around the bottom, and then I'm going to bring it up and start to just manipulate once more that wire to make it look like petals until I'm happy with it. And there you go. We now have a ribbon rose that we can use for all kinds of things. Ta-da! No way.